Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video. This is Champion 2D Rob back again. How's everyone doing? This is basically going to be a pickups vid, an extra early pickups vid. This is basically the pickups from April, more or less. I know obviously we've still got quite a bit to go through April, but this is going to be extra early, and that's primarily because Blackpool's around the corner. Since Blackpool basically is going to be at the end of the month, I'm not going to be able to make a video by that point. And since I don't see myself picking up anything else for the rest of the month now, I thought I may as well show you guys. Before I get to any of that, I just thought I would divert your attention to the road just behind me here. I've been doing a lot of reshuffling in my collection. You probably haven't noticed, but if you had, usually on this shelf here were a bunch of PlayStation 2 games, and as you can more or less make out, it's all my Super Nintendo games. And normally I actually kept all my Super Nintendo stuff sort of boxed away, but I wanted to show it off because at the end of the day, the Super Nintendo collection is one of my pride and joys. I currently don't really have space for my Mega Drive collection. I do have that sort of packed away, but I am going to try and find some space for it. And you can't see, but just below me is a whole stack of PlayStation 2 games. What I've decided to do is I'm going to be downsizing my PS2 collection, just because I've got so many games. I mean, again, you can't see it, but just 2 rows down, there is a shelf of PlayStation 2 games, and all the games that are on that shelf I'm keeping for sure. And just stacked up on the floor beside me is a whole load of PS2 games that I've yet to sort of go through and decide what is going to go and what is going to stay. It's just because, you know, I've reached that point in that collection where you just sort of think, what am I going to play? What's not going to get played? What's going to hold my interest? Do I have any interest in these games? And because I've got so many games in the PS2 library, you know, it is probably best, if I'm ever going to get around to playing them, that I have to make some cuts, because it's just, you know, it just gets a bit too much, and you just never get around to playing them. And I don't want stuff on my shelves that aren't going to get played. So that's what I've basically been doing these last few weeks, just trying to reshuffle things and reorganize things. Essentially, all the stuff that's on the shelves is going to get played or has been played. You know, and that's basically what I'm trying to do. But also the other thing, I mean, the other reason why I sort of wanted to put out my Super Nintendo collection and put them on display was because to have more easy access to them. And be reminded that they're there so I can play them a lot more. Because having them stored away in container boxes, you know, when they're hidden away out of sight, you know, you're less likely to play them. And since I purchased the Retron 5, you know, my interest in the old stuff has been rekindled a lot more, and I find myself playing a lot more Super Nintendo games, and of course NES games, since that's what I've been buying as of late. But anyway, enough waffling. Yeah, so yeah, this is a pickups vid. Don't have a lot of stuff here, but I've got some good stuff. First half is Steelbook Blu-rays and the rest of the games. So let's just move straight into the Blu-rays. I've got 3 Steelbooks here, 3 titles that I've been meaning to get on Blu-ray. I actually hadn't got any of these on Blu-ray, I had them on DVD. And when they released these Steelbooks, they look really nice, I had to pick them up. Yeah, so really chuffed to get them. And basically it's the, let's put these in order. Let's see, yeah, shuffle these around. Okay, the Fast and the Furious Steelbook set. These are the first 3 films in Steelbook format. So let's start with the first one. We've got the Fast and the Furious here. It's been opened because I actually watched it the other night. And yeah, it's just really nice to get the first 3 movies in Steelbook format. I have 6 and 5 and 6 in Steelbook. I thought I had 4 in Steelbook, but I just realised I don't have that one, so I've got to pick that one up. But yeah, The Fast and the Furious, the series in general, guilty pleasure. I have to admit, I do enjoy them. They are dumb movies. I actually watched Fast and Furious 7 not too long ago. I watched it with a group of friends, and it was such a laugh. I went with all my boys, and a few girls came down as well, and it was just so funny because some of the girls were just laughing hilariously at some of the questionable acting and some of the moments in the movie. I mean, they loved it. I mean, the thing about the Fast and the Furious franchise is that they're stupid movies, they're dumb movies, but they know they're dumb. That's the point of them, and they're just enjoyable to watch, and that's why I love it on that level. Because they're just entertaining, and they have likable characters, and there is a semblance of a plot, but otherwise it knows what it is. It's not trying to be deep. It's not trying to be it's not trying to be an art house film. It is very much just a balls to the wall action entertainment. A good popcorn flick. And to me, in my opinion, it's a popcorn flick done right, because you look at something like, say, the Transformers franchise, honestly, I don't find them enjoyable whatsoever, and they're dumb movies as well. But the problem with those movies is that the action's not filmed right. It's just terribly shot. You can't see anything that's going on. You don't like any of the characters, and the story is virtually non-existent. And there's nothing going on. I mean, I can watch a movie with a paper-thin plot, but when you see that there's not even been a hint of effort done to any sort of plot, and the characters are completely unlikable, and the action is just a complete mess, to me that's not enjoyable. And also someone who grew up with Transformers as well, I like to see, I'm not saying they have to be a literal translation of what I grew up with, but the spirit needs to be there. The spirit of those characters needs to be there, and I just don't see it. I think the director, Michael Bay, he's got no understanding of the franchise, of the characters. But they're popular. People go see them, and that's why they keep making them. So it's whatever. But I don't enjoy them. But the Fast and Furious series are, in my opinion, great popcorn flicks, great enjoyable entertainment. Turn your brain off and just go along for the ride. But anyway, I went off on a tangent there. But anyway, yes, Fast and the Furious Steelbook. Watched it the other night. The first 3 films, they're not as good as the later ones, but I enjoy them. I enjoy them on a very superficial level, and this one's very, it's a decent little Steelbook. The back is a bit plain, but I like the front. It's got the main car in it, and yeah, very nice Steelbook. And of course, I've got the sequel, Too Fast, Too Furious. A lot of people hate on this film. I actually really like it. It's still sealed though. Haven't watched it yet. But I quite enjoyed this one. I like the Miami vibe of it. Yeah, the plot's a bit stupid, but I like the characters in it, and it's a fun movie in my opinion. The third one, the Tokyo Drift. My least favourite in the series. In fact, I actually didn't even own this on DVD. It's the first time I'm owning this. I bought it more out of for the sake of collecting them all. It's not a horrible film by any means. It's just because it doesn't have any of the characters from the main series. Right, it's got one of them, but at the time this was made, he wasn't a main character yet. It's fun for what it is, and I really like the drifting aspect that they brought in with the Tokyo angle. It has a good sort of look at the Japan race scene, which I quite liked. But it is the weakest in the series, in my opinion. But, it's nice to have it anyway, and they're all nice Steelbooks. Okay, that's pretty much it. Next, we're moving on to the games. Just got 4 titles here. All retro stuff. Some great games here. First game I've got here is actually for the Master System, and it's a title that I've been wanting to get. It's basically one of those gaps in my collection that I've been meaning to sort of plug up at some point, so I thought I'd do it now. And the game for the Master System I picked up is Sonic the Hedgehog, and it is complete. It's very nice condition, and yeah, great title. I actually it's been a long time since I've played the Master System version of Sonic the Hedgehog. I'd actually forgotten how good it was. I had Sonic 2, and I've got Sonic Triple Chaos. Both fun titles, but I'd forgotten how good this one is. I played this game back in the day when I was a kid, and yeah, I'd forgotten how great it was. Graphically, this game's amazing. Looks beautiful. It actually looks better than the sequel. And I can definitely understand. I can actually see, because I'd heard some people were saying they actually preferred the Master System Sonics to the Mega Drive Sonics, which at first to me was like, that's crazy. But after playing this, you know, it's been a while. Like I say, it's been a long time since I've played the original, the Master System Sonic. I can definitely see why people would prefer this over the Mega Drive Sonics. I still don't agree myself. I still prefer the Mega Drive Sonics. But I do enjoy this, the Master System run of Sonic games. They're quite distinct from the Mega Drive versions. They're not just cut down versions of the Mega Drive games. They're very much their own original titles, and they're a lot more platform orientated as opposed to the Mega Drive's more sort of speed and momentum based. I mean, this has that, of course, but it is more focused on platforming and more sort of like strategic jumping, as opposed to the sort of like balls to the wall speed of the Mega Drive versions, which makes more sense, because you know, the Master System obviously can't handle such speeds, because when it does sort of start to pick up momentum, and it gets too quickly, it does suffer a bit of slowdown. So obviously they had to tweak the levels so it was more platform based. Sort of slightly slower pace, more, you know, as opposed to the sort of much more faster gameplay of the Mega Drive versions. But it's a lot of fun, and I'm really glad to get it. This is actually my second attempt at buying this game. I actually bought this game first. I tried to buy this game from one seller, and it arrived in piss poor condition. I actually still have it. I haven't sent it back. Let me just pick it up. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even bother to unwrap it, because, I mean, look at the state of this. Is this how it arrived? And, you know, look, the guy didn't even bother to wrap it properly. And when it arrived, unfortunately, just hide the address here, the case got crushed. I did get my refund. But you know, the guy said I didn't have to send it back. So, you know, this is basically another copy of Sonic. It's complete as well, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But I ended up buying this version. It arrived, you know, fantastic nick, and yeah, really chuffed to get it. Great title. Moving on, I've got a Super Famicom game. Yeah, quite chuffed to get this one actually. I actually have this game as a loose cart on PAL, but I decided I wanted to move it on and opt for the Super Famicom version, because the Super Famicom version, I can get it complete in good condition, and it goes for roughly the same price as a loose PAL cart. So yeah, really chuffed to get this actually. It's another addition into my side-scrolling beat-em-up collection. And the game I picked up is Sailor Moon. And I know what you're thinking, you know, it's a girly-looking game, but it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up. It's a side-scrolling beat-em-up with the characters from Sailor Moon. And there's two side-scrolling beat-em-ups based on this series on the Super Famicom. There's this one, and then there's Sailor Moon R, which I need to get at some point. And yeah, as you can see, if I can show you the screenshots, yeah, it's a really nice game, and it's in lovely condition. Honestly, it's in fantastic. It looks and feels like it's new old stock. Wasn't too expensive either. This cost me 30 quid, and yeah, it's in lovely condition. Of course, it's complete, and yeah, it's just a fun, solid. It's not amazing in any way. I mean, this is no Turtles in Time. You know, there's no Streets of Rage 2, but it's a solid side-scrolling beat 'em up, and it's just a great addition to the Super Famicom collection. Okay, the last two titles here are of course for the NES. Now, if you've watched my last few pickup vids, you know I've been on a bit of a NES kick, and you know, so far it's been fantastic discovering a lot of these gems. I actually have not bought any of the NES titles that I had as a kid. I've been preoccupied going after the hidden gems, some might say. They're basically all side-scrolling action titles that I'd never played before as a kid, but I heard a lot of good things. And I've got two really fantastic editions here, and one of them was very high on my list. And I was quite surprised to pick it up because I actually got it from a seller within Europe, because it was actually a US exclusive. And yeah, but anyway, before I get to that one, first title I got here, and this is one that wasn't very high on my list, but it was one game that I've been watching a few reviews of it on YouTube, and I just thought, yeah, definitely one I want to add to the collection. And the game I picked up is G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. Very, very fun side-scrolling run and gun action title. Very similar to like Contra, and you know, obviously it uses the G.I. Joe license. As a kid, I was a massive fan of G.I. Joe. I grew up with G.I. Joe. I watched the cartoon series as a kid. I had the movie on VHS, and I had the toys. So I was a big fan of G.I. Joe, although in this country it was known as Action Force. That's how I knew it growing up. So this is actually a fun title. We actually arrived today. I got it this morning. I've already tried it out. I've played it. It's a very fun run and gun action title, and it's definitely worth a look, guys. If you're looking into the NES library and you're looking for some games that are like Contra, this is definitely one to take a look at. So yeah, really chuffed with this game. So happy with that. And the game, of course, that I was talking about before, really chuffed to get it. It's been very high on my list to get. It just looks like a lot of fun. And the game is Kickmaster. Now, if you've watched a lot of hidden gem vids on YouTube, then you might have seen this game being brought up by a lot of people. And it's a lot of fun. Essentially, it's a side-scrolling action game, of course. But the object of the game is you basically kick your enemies. And what's really cool is that depending on the direction of the pad that you press, you can do different types of kicks. So it's very cool, and I like the setting of it. It's basically set sort of like in a medieval fantasy type world, but the character himself uses a lot of kung fu kicks. So it's like combining the genre of kung fu and sort of fantasy medieval worlds. And it's quite a novel mix of genre, and it's a lot of fun. This is a really great game. I definitely see why people talk about this game and rate this game highly. It's a lot of fun. I actually managed to pick this up from a seller in Europe, which was a bonus because ever since the incident I had with Shatterhand, which was in the last video, I've not been too comfortable ordering from the US because it's such a gamble. Plus of course the high shipping prices as well. But it was nice to see this game pop up in Europe, and it's in fantastic condition. So yeah, really chuffed with that. So that's basically been it. That's the pickups that I got in the month of April. You know, like I say, not too many games. I mean, these were all titles that I've been meaning to get. So especially those two NES titles, they were definitely on my must-own list. But you know, controlled spending now. Blackpool is literally just around the corner. I've got my ticket now to Blackpool. My hotel is set. My travel, I'm going up with a couple of YouTubers. So you know, it's all set now. So you know, my next sort of pickups vid will probably be what I get from Blackpool. I don't plan on buying a lot in Blackpool, and that's primarily because I am sticking to a very strict list. So unless I see something that's on that list, I probably won't be picking it up. I won't be picking up any systems, nothing like that at all. I've actually got something on pre-order, quite a big item on pre-order that's coming. It's coming a few months from now, so I'll need sort of make my money for that. But if I see any NES titles, Super Nintendo or Super Famicom titles while I'm out there, you know, of course, if it's something on my list, then more than likely I will pick it up. But primarily, I'm going to Blackpool just for the event itself, just to play some arcade machines, play some consoles, and of course just hang out and meet up with other YouTubers. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of YouTubers that I've not met before, people that I've been talking to on YouTube. So it's going to be great to meet those people for the first time. So I'm looking forward to it. It's my first convention. I've never been to a convention before, so first time going to that as well. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's it, guys. That's basically it. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Of course, I always appreciate you guys watching and commenting. I will be back very soon. I'll probably make another video after this. I've actually recently picked up some custom cases for my NES titles, so I'll be keen to make a video. I was thinking about including that in this video, but I thought no, they deserve a video all on their own. So I'll be making that afterwards, and that'll probably come out shortly after this video. So anyway, thank you very much, guys, for watching, and of course I'll be back soon. Bye bye.